And if I'm here with a naked flame and I'm right in there, I'm going to burn my fingies, okay? So I want to pull, even if you don't put a bend on the end, you still need to pull the solder out so you don't burn your fingers. But I like to put the bend on the end because then I can nice and easy get that in, easy peasy, okay? So we've set up the copper pipe and the fitting, we've set up the solder. All we need to do now is get the blowtorch right, and I'm going to take you through how to use these later. But what we want is the flame size correct. So, too much. It's just about on, not enough. Okay, so too much. I could solder with that because I've got pretty good skills. But when you're first starting out, if you've got a massive flame like that, that is going to get very hot very quickly, and the flux is going to start to burn. It's going to start to carbonize and go black. If that fitting is black, before I put the solder on, that solder is just going to fall away. If it's dirty, it will not draw in. If I've got a tiny little flame, I'm going to be there until Christmas. It's not going to get hot. I'll be touching and touching and touching, and it's not going to melt. And then of course it's going to start to go black as well, because although the temperature's low, we're going to burn it. So what we want, about that noise, can see, I don't know, maybe a couple of inches. That noise, I can hear it burning. That's the noise I want, and that's about the size that I want. Okay, and as I say, and I'm going to demonstrate again, I'm going to put that onto the middle of the fitting, so I draw that solder in. I'm going to do one side, the next side, and the other side. I don't need to do any of this waving around. I often see guys think that they need to do that. We don't need to do any of this, okay? We just put it on and hold it still, okay? And having that bend, that means just by moving my wrist, I can get to every single side. The other thing I see, I call it the solder dance. We've got people doing all this, but actually it's all in the wrist, okay? So let's get that blowtorch on. Yeah, that's about right. And I'll put that on the back of the fitting. And I'll see it start to change colour, start to make different noises, fizzing, hissing. But the test is just have a touch. There, it's not going yet. I hold that there and I'll touch it every now and again. I'm not putting the solder in the flame. I'm heating the copper. It's the copper that's going to melt the solder. There it is, it's going. So I just feed a little bit in there. I feed a little bit in there. And I'll feed a little bit into the bottom. Okay, I'll go and get you one, yeah.
Any more cloths? Any more cloths?
Oh, yes, I can get you some cloths, yes, I can. The other thing about wire wool, you do a lovely job, and then the next day, everything's got rust strands all over it. Yeah, it's awful. Start cutting up some little bits of pipe. Now this is for us to play with, okay? So help yourself to this. Cut off little bits, and we can just keep practicing and practicing.
Oh, we're not supposed to use ours?
Yeah. But you can get more as well. Yeah.